Is your body ready for pickleball? So Cheryl and I were having a conversation. She brought up how many injuries that people were getting playing pickleball. And so she Googled it, and what did you find?
Well, there are 5 very common injuries. So, of course, we got all nerdy and had to start discussing why these injuries are occurring. But more importantly, what can we do to prevent them? The first one is pickleball elbow.
Pickleball elbow. Okay, so if typically people will get tendonitis in their elbow from a combination of gripping and then wrist extension. So if you are not used to that movement, you're going to end up with a repetitive injury here. So a couple things to think about. One would be making sure you've got good full range of motion in that elbow and in your wrist. And 2, don't death grip your pickleball paddle. So one of the rules of thumb is to only grip it as firmly as necessary, as gently as possible.
Okay, good. Number 2 on our list is wrist and hip fractures. Oh my goodness. From falls.
People are clearly falling down, and falling is a result of, could be lots of things, but when we're looking through the lens of fascia on our channel, the fascial system is your proprioceptive system. You have 8 to 10 times more nerves embedded in your fascia than in your muscular system, and those nerves and that web of fascia are constantly telling your brain where your body is. So if your body is tight and then you go into a sport like that, your brain can't keep up with what your body is doing because it's not getting the right input. So you have to have a softer fascial system. The second thing I would say is probably playing a lot into that is the feet and the ankles. If you don't have mobile and strong feet and ankles, you're going to fall down if you try to move too fast.
Right. And even if you're in pretty great cardiovascular shape from walking or using the elliptical, all of which are great things for your heart, your body is not used to moving in lateral places.
I'll demonstrate.
And so, yes, this is lateral. So your body is not used to that. You may have a very nice walking stride, but the outsides and the insides of your ankles and feet may not be as strong enough. Mm-hmm. And we can help you with that.
What else is on there?
Rotator cuff injury.
Oh, the rotator cuffs. Okay, so you're trying to just overhand or take those big swings and win the tournament. But if your shoulder's not able to go through the full mobility that it's designed for and be flexible and strong within that range of motion, you really got no business taking those big giant swings. You're setting yourself up for injury.
You can do it a few times, but one time you're going to hear a little tear, right. I would imagine.
Ouch.
Next we have MCL strains or sprains or tears.
Okay, the knees. The knees, boy, a lot of women are playing this sport, right? Not just the guys. And women in our culture tend to have very rotated knees because it's our culture to cross our knees and keep our knees together. So the knees end up rotated. And then when you're trying to take these lateral movements, like Cheryl was talking about, but your knees are kind of on the inside, you are setting yourself up. So getting your knees into better alignment and having that full range of motion in your knees before you start doing stuff like that it's so important to avoid injury, men and women.
Right. Okay, and next, Achilles tendon injuries.
Okay, all right, that's a function of not enough ankle range of motion and not enough flexibility. So if you're going to play a sport that requires that, you've got to warm up, you've got to figure out if you have a normal range of motion in those joints.
So before you do something often and intensely, make sure you can do it well and slowly first. So we will have some videos for a proper warm-up and maybe assessing where you are in some of these areas, mobility and strength.
Yes, a lot of our videos are called easing into your body. So ease into those joints and areas of your body first before you use them intensively.
Yep. We want you to have fun. We want you to play pickleball or tennis or basketball or surf or whatever it is you want to do, but your body needs to be prepared for it, and we can help you with that.
Yep.